my family and I go to the beach, we always forget the sunscreen, causing us to buy a whole new bottle of sunscreen later in the trip. And it gets me thinking, what if there was a way to prevent all of this? Well, these cuties, known as the Galapagos sea lions, also known scientifically as Xylophis wolbecki, roll and fully cover themselves in sand as a source of natural protection from the sun's UV rays, just like sunscreen. I don't think this would work for us humans, but it's worth a shot, right? Now, as cool as that interesting fact is, it doesn't take away the fact that the Galapagos sea lions are indeed endangered. But before we get into the whys and the hows, let's get into the what. What is a Galapagos sea lion? Classifications. According to the lineage hierarchy system, the Galapagos sea lions are classified into the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Carnivoria, family Odorraidae, genus Xylophis, and species Wolbecki. Physical description. Just to point out the obvious, sea lions have long flippers, ear flaps, and a big belly with a big chest. Their fur is thick but short, and it covers a chunky layer of blubber that usually keeps them warm in the ocean. This fur can be brown or gray, while newborns are usually a lighter or chestnut kind of brown. Other physical traits of a Galapagos sea lion may differ between females and males. Males can weigh up to 4 times more than a female, and females do not have a big bump on their forehead. These characteristics make it quite simple to determine the gender of a Galapagos sea lion. Which of these physical features are adaptations, though? I'm so glad you asked. Adaptations. The body of a Galapagos sea lion has adapted to be in a streamlined shape, therefore giving them an advantage at hunting because of its high speeds. The flippers of a Galapagos sea lion are a great example of adaptations. Their hind flippers adapted to gain the ability of rotation, making it very convenient for them to scoot on land. Finally, their lower metabolic rate allows them to dive for a longer time downwards towards a deeper depth. Interesting fact number 2. When I say for a longer time in deeper depths, I mean up to a 10-minute dive in depths up to 600 meters below. If I even tried to hold my breath for 20% of that time, I might just die. Thinking about it now, you may be wondering, when do sea lions usually die? Lifespan. Just like how the physical characteristics of a Galapagos sea lion varies on its gender, female and male sea lions both have different lifespans. Most pups take around 11 months to be born, and from there on, females will typically live up to 24 years, while males will only live to be 18 years old, meaning that they legally can't drink yet. This is due to the extra energy males spend from their reproductive life. That is not to say that females don't work hard at reproduction, though. Interesting fact number 3. Female sea lions breed year-round. Many other animals have a breeding season that is dependent on their migration patterns, but Galapagos sea lions don't migrate, which means they are endemic. That is why you are able to see pups at any time of the year. But where can you see these little pups? Let's talk about their range. You can really only see Galapagos sea lions in 2 locations, being the Galapagos Islands on the Isla de la Plata, an island in Ecuador that is just under 30 miles away from the coast. This is because they are endemic creatures. Let's get into more detail about what it is like in these places. Habitat. The name Galapagos sea lions originates from the place where they live, known as the Galapagos Islands. These islands are located near the equator, which causes the climate to be tropical and temperate at the same time. Because of these wild temperatures, the sea lions during the day will hide from the sun by staying under vegetations, rocks, and cliffs. On days with more mild weather, the sea lions will occupy different shorelines and relax on sandy beaches. Now that you learned about where they live, how about what they eat to survive? What is their diet? Galapagos sea lions are carnivorous, and they will barely go further than a few miles away from shore, due to the risk of being hunted by whales or sharks. That's why the diet of a Galapagos sea lion consists of many types of fish, sardines, squid, crabs, and clams near the shore. On special occasions, sea lions will hunt larger tuna fish, but only in packs. They also do not need to drink water because all the food they consume already contains all the water necessary for their survival. So these sea lions don't need your water bottles littering the shore. This is a perfect opportunity to bring us up to our next subtopic, the main reason for their endangerment. Galapagos sea lions are at risk from marine plastic pollution, and human activity has already affected these creatures negatively because of domesticated dogs spreading diseases to sea lion colonies. But the main reason for their endangerment stems from the El Niño event, which is a natural weather event in which the Pacific jet stream is moved down south and extended towards the east, causing wetter and warmer conditions in the southern coast of North America. Marine life, including the Galapagos sea lion, are collapsing. Environmental importance. Main predators of Galapagos sea lion are orcas and sharks. If these sea lions were to go extinct, it would be harmful to the food chain, and the population of orcas and sharks are very likely to decline, especially for the killer whale, where one of their main sources of energy comes from the Galapagos sea lions. A vast number of killer whales will die from starvation. What people can do. Many people visit the Galapagos Islands as tourists to see or even swim with these creatures. I mean, they're just too cute. Interesting fact number 4. Young Galapagos sea lions love to swim with people. They were born to not be aggressive, and these 5-month-olds still like to stay in shallow waters. At 12 to 24 months old, they still aren't independent and don't even fish for themselves. So being around other people is completely chill with these little guys and gals. But if you are going to visit them, please stay a safe distance away from them when walking around. You can't really avoid them when you're swimming because they might start swimming with you. And if you see an injured or entangled sea lion, call the local marine animal rescue. Interesting fact number 5. Galapagos sea lions stay rather close to the shore. Sometimes they'll even rest on benches. When not visiting, it is always safe to dispose of plastic responsibly, and even participating in a coastal cleanup is a way to help. This doesn't only contribute to the help of Galapagos sea lions, but also to all marine life. A lot of people have contributed and are very eco-friendly, while others just don't care enough. People use the excuse of being eco-friendly to be too much effort. But you don't have to buy every single eco-friendly product in your nearest Target. It would already be quite helpful if people would just stop littering and leaving plastic to drift off into the ocean. Organizations. 1. The World Wildlife Fund. This organization has supported a San Cristobal Island-based project that take care of sea lions, along with other species. The mission of the World Wildlife Fund is to restore habitats and species, along with transforming local communities into conserving natural resources that they are dependent on. They have 5 million people globally who support their work. That amount of people could fit about 1,141 football fields. This organization puts in a whole lot of effort into protecting our planet. 2. The Galapagos Conservancy. This conservation was founded in 1985 and has since been the only U.S.-based nonprofit to have specialized in long-term restoration and protection to the Galapagos Islands. As implied in the name of the conservation, they do indeed work with the Galapagos sea lions. They work towards a more sustainable society and have done great work so far.
Now, as biology students, we are very much focused on our grades and are always trying to hit that advanced part of the rubric in any project, including this one. But endangerment of species is real, more real than any A+ can offer. The Galapagos sea lion is endangered, but there are even more species that are critically endangered, like the black rhino, African forest elephants, Amur leopards, and way more. I hope we get a good grade on this, but I also hope that our efforts and yours can help a real cause. Thank you for watching the Sister Chromatids. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay curious.